conversation. Since many of you have been to these conversations earlier, you know the rules of the game. Our expert speaks for about 10 to 12 minutes, and after that it's all engaging with the audience. We request everyone to be short, brief and to the point, so most of us can actually engage. And with that, let me just say that our subject today is a very, very relevant one, something that we are really coping with the consequences of in our city. And when I requested Dr. Sharad Kale, who is, according to me, the best expert on the subject, and you will say why when I introduce him to you a bit, he said that he would not talk just about solid waste management, but he will put first things first. So the topic is getting serious about reducing, managing and disposing solid waste in our cities. So that tells you that it begins with ourselves. We have to be aware of what is needed. We have to take the first step, and then a question of how do we manage and dispose solid waste in our cities. Professor Kale joined Bhabha Atomic Research Center in 1976 after completing his MSc in microbiology in Pune University. He is Associate Director of the Bioscience Group, Head of Nuclear Agriculture and Biotechnology Division, and Head of Food Technology Division. He's also professor at Homi Bhabha National Institute. He initiated work on solid biodegradable waste processing in 2001 and has developed Nisarguna technology for this purpose. There are more than 190 such plants functioning in different parts of the country today. He will tell us more about it, so I shall not go into the details, but there's something I found in his short bio, which is quite interesting. It says that he writes popular science articles in Marathi for spreading awareness of the importance of reducing and managing solid waste. So my appeal to you, even before I ask you to speak, is to please start writing popular articles in Hindi. So some of us can also benefit, because you will see when he speaks, you know, the qualifications are all very heavy, and technology and microbiology and food technology and what have you. But when he speaks, you will see the sense of humor and the communication skills which really are so powerful in shaking you up on the importance of what we need to do to get Swachh Bharat. So with those words, Professor Kale, may I request you to.
धन्यवाद. आपने अपेक्षाएं तो इतनी बढ़ा दी है, और सचिन तेंदुलकर पहले बॉल पे आउट हो जाएगा तो कैसे चेहरा हो जाएगा, वैसा चेहरा श्रोताओं का नहीं हुआ, ये उम्मीद करता हूँ. मुझे यहाँ बुलाने के लिए धन्यवाद. एक विषय दिया है जिस विषय पे मैं काफी समय तक काम करता हूँ, और
लेकिन आप हिंदी में नहीं बोलेंगे, because there are many people here who may not know Hindi.
ठीक है, मराठी इंग्लिश में बोलेंगे.
Yes, please.
धन्यवाद. So it's a nice evening. Here are so many learned and curious faces are sitting in front of me. That what he is going to talk. I usually begin with my talk with two things. One is a Urdu sher. I think that will be permitted. Urdu sher is when we are talking of Swachh Bharat, the sher really troubles me. Ghalib has written several shares. He says, एक ही भूल जिंदगी भर करता रहा बार बार गालिब, एक ही भूल जिंदगी भर करता रहा बार बार गालिब, धूल चेहरे पे थी लेकिन आईना साफ करता रहा. Solid waste management is something like that. Everybody wants to do solid waste management. Nobody does that at home, and that's why the problem is there. The most decentralized problem has become centralized because 300 gram of waste which is generated in your house, you are not treating. You are eagerly waiting for the sweeper to come and take it away from your house because it is creating nuisance in your house, and then it creates nuisance for the entire country. That's the situation. Most decentralized problem has become decentralized. This reminds me of one incident in my school when I was a young person, about fourth or fifth standard. My teacher gave me an arithmetic sum. The sum was very simple, that there is a tank of water. The tank has a volume of 10,000 liters. It is getting filled up at 120 liters per minute and getting leaked at 20 liters per minute. So how much time will be required to fill up the tank? Simple sum. 10,000 liters volume, 120 liters per minute it is getting filled up, and 20 liters per minute it is getting leaked. So how much time will be required to fill up the tank? कितना लगेगा? 100 minutes. There were several smart boys like in my class. They answered immediately 100 minutes. But I didn't answer. I was looking at the teacher's face. So he got angry. He said, "Why you are looking at my face? You are not solving it. Is the answer written on my face?" I said, "No sir, answer is not written on your face. But I have a question." He said, "Ask." I said, "Sir, why somebody should fill a leaking tank?" Okay. Why somebody should fill a leaking tank? I mean, you can fill it, you can seal it. So what he did, two things, which I will never forget in my life. After 45 years I am telling you this, so I have never forgotten that. He told me two beautiful things. One is that he said, he caught my ear. That time it was permitted. These days if you catch a ear of a student, writ petition is there. No, that time if ear was caught in the class, घर में उत्तर पूजा होती थी चप्पल से. You must have done something in the class. Anyway, that's not the point. He told me two things. He said, "You have to solve this sum like this. Don't consider you are smart to find out mistakes in the book. Because this has 2 marks and the whole country is marksworthy." There is no ज्ञानवादी here. तो ज्ञान मत सिखाओ. मार्क्स के लिए 2 मार्क्स है. ये सम ऐसा ही सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा. And second thing he told beautiful. And one of the master stroke he changed my life. He said, "If you feel you are smart, young man, when you grow up, you will realize that whole country is filling water in the leaking tank. And if you have got capability, seal some of those gaps." That was very nice. It changed the course of my life. It changed that's not the topic of the conversation, but it changed my life. And I started looking for such leaks. Not intentionally, because it was oriented. I found solid waste is one such thing. About 17 years ago, I took up one small experiment in my lab. This is a sealed bottle. My bottle is not sealed, but there is a glass bottle. In that I put 800 grams soil. It's a big one. It's in English, in chemistry it is called desiccator. And I put 800 grams soil in that, 100 gram manure and 500 ml water, and I put a money plant. And I kept it open and kept it near the western side of my window. The sun rays are falling on that and it is growing. It started growing. This was on 1st June 1999. 3 months I allowed the plant to grow. The 2 के 3 के 4 पत्ते हो गए. The small insects were seen in that pot. And this is a glass plot. Because whatever water was getting evaporated, I was replacing the water. That was the only thing I was doing. On 31st August 1999, I took the lead of that. I applied Araldite and sealed it. For last 17 years, I have not opened it, and the plant is growing beautifully inside. I have not added a single drop of water for last 17 years in this bottle. how does it happen? It happens in a very simple scientific manner, that whatever leaves are getting old, they fall down, they get degraded, and they are the Sanjivani or Amrut for the new leaf. The leaves are doing photosynthesis, they are generating oxygen, 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives you 6H12O6 plus 6O2, just to remind your forgotten brain. Brain is not forgotten, things which are forgotten. So the oxygen is generated. In respiration, carbon dioxide is generated. So the cycle of CO2, O2 goes on. Water, whatever 500 ml I added, that water is still there because leaves take it and they transpire. It gets condensed on the lid and it rains every day in my desiccator. And the system continues. And I am sure I will go away from this earth, but the system will continue till it breaks. So how this indefinite world, or as we call it as infinite Srishti, has developed. If you compare my earth with the big earth, you will realize that the difference is only the size. My earth is small, that is big. Here there are only money plant and few microbes. Earth home, there are 750 crore people and several crore animals and several crore plants. But two things are common. One is that everything is getting recycled. This is sealed from the top and that is also sealed from the top. This is sealed by Sharad Kade, that is sealed by 33 crore options are there. You can put any name, but somebody has sealed it. So if the falling leaf is not a waste here, is Amrut here, why the banana leaf or banana skin is wasted on the earth? That's the question. Why don't you think that if we don't return the skin to the earth, tomorrow banana will be without skin and your children will not be able to eat it because the skin which you threw on dumping yard are lying in the plastic bag. Well, nature will recover it, it has its own speed. The speed is so slow that human race will get wiped away. लोग पूछते हैं प्रलय कब होने वाला है, मैंने कहा प्रलय शुरू हो चुका है. जिस दिन solid waste accumulate होना शुरू हुआ, that is the day when the doomsday has started. When it will end, I don't know. We have forgotten the prices of the natural things which we get from nature. We do everything in terms of money. We buy electricity, we pay the bill. We buy sarees, we pay the bill. We buy milk, we pay the bill. We buy chawal, we pay the bill. For everything we pay money. You know how much air you buy every day from nature? Because you don't pay for it. I will tell you as a biological scientist how much air you need every day. You breathe in every day 21,000 times. If you don't believe me, count. If counting is difficult, believe. And during that 21,000 times, you take 17,000 liters air in your body. This 17,000 liter air contains 20% oxygen, around 3,400. And if you remember your chemistry well, 3,400 liters of oxygen is around 3 kg. The cost of 1 kg oxygen as of today, Indian Oxygen Limited sells in cylinders, is around 7,000 rupees kilo. So 3 kilos oxygen will be costing 21,000 rupees. You breathe in 21,000 times. For every breath you have to pay 1 rupee. You have taken a breath, give me 1 rupee. And if you don't pay that, and if I cut the supply of oxygen, what will happen? This meeting will be upstairs, in front of Chitragupta. Neither you nor I can pay. But there is a way of paying, and that is called Nisarga loan. Nisarga loan, the concept which I have written, is the loan taken from nature to be returned to nature. So before thinking about the solid waste management of the city, think of solid waste management which is in your own house. Is there any Indian penal code to say that you take the bath every day? Is there any Indian penal code? Why there should be Indian penal code for solid waste management? It's a service. It's a service to the nature. It's a service to the earth. And that's the continuation of the conservation. It's a continuation of the cycle. The law of conservation of matter is there. Matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. It only changes from one form to the other. So if waste is converted to wealth and wealth is converted to waste, this is a cycle. You must understand that cycle at home. In my 35 years, I have not given a single gram of waste to municipality, Mumbai municipality. I have not given. My waste bin is put in the center table. लोग आते हैं, उसके सामने बैठ के खाना खाते हैं, उनको कोई तकलीफ नहीं होती. I use only culture, which I am ready to share with you, and it is not patented. You can put it in your house and convert your organic waste. The only thing is, somebody has to take efforts to cut it into small pieces and put it into the culture. And this culture will convert it into manure. Keep on accumulating manure. Use it in the same vegetable pots in your balcony. We can do that in India House, in India Habitat Center. Certainly we can do it. I can provide you enough culture. Nature is never कंजूस नहीं होता है, माइजर नहीं होता है. Nature gives you full hands. And this can be done. So if you do it individual level, मोदी जी को दूसरा नारा ढूंढना पड़ेगा स्वच्छ भारत की जगह. अगर आपने घर स्वच्छ रखा, भारत स्वच्छ हो गया, बात ही खत्म हो गई. What municipality will collect? Such a simple thing, we are not doing it at home, and that's why the problem accumulates. For the small generators, for the household generator, I have developed this culture. For bulk generator like this India Habitat Center, ये किसी एक का नहीं है. Then I have got a reservoir biogas plant or composting on a larger scale. And if we take biodegradable out and plastic out, plastic is another problem which we all teach others. But in our own house, minimum 5 bags per day into 30, 150 bags per month into 12, 1800 bags enter in your house in different ways. Stop that and India will be plastic free. There is no need of putting a ban. You put a ban and it is automatically banned. The problem is we don't do that. One sari can be converted into 50 bags which can be used lifelong. This my mother taught me. My mother taught me to worship broomstick. You know why? She told me a beautiful thing, like my teacher. She told me that broomstick and Lakshmi, broomstick is actually called Alakshmi. Lakshmi and Alakshmi are two real sisters, twin sisters, and both have got coexistence. मेरी illiterate mother को मालूम था that Alakshmi is to be worshipped. That's why she told that Alakshmi is also to be worshipped on Lakshmi Puja Day, along with Lakshmi. And what is meant by worship? That also is meaning she told. Worship is not that give haldi kumkum and then garland and eat the naivedya yourself. That is not worship. Worship is look after that 364 days and then celebrate the 365th day. Yes, we have taken care of you. We are very happy and we are eating some sweets on that day. That's worship. What kind of worship we are doing here? Even the God must be laughing at kai gedhe baithe hai idhar niche sare. This is not the worship what we are doing. This is not the respect which we are giving to the earth. सबसे ज्यादा सृष्टि में भारत में सृष्टि का अपमान होता है. We have to take that concept. Do it at home. So my 3 simple mantras are: do the waste treatment of the biodegradable at home. Don't buy plastic. Don't give any disposable dishes and party the disposable dishes and this. Take a today oath. You will not use disposable dishes and water bottles. These are bottles. No bottle culture is Indian. Evening bottle culture is also not India's, and morning bottle culture is also not Indian. So हमने दोनों accept कर दिए. Don't take any bottle. Why need bottle? I don't know why we need bottled water. आधे bottle पी के छोड़ देते हैं, झूठा हो गया. Nobody uses it. Are we so rich to use that much of water? Have you ever thought that we drink 3 liters of drinking water and at the same time 50 to 60 liters we put it in flush? Are we so rich to use drinking water in our flushes and we don't bother about it? So don't use that and do it. I know that madam is getting. She told me very particularly because she knows ये professor है. हाथ में माइक दिया तो छोड़े नहीं. 10-12 minutes बोलो but I am taking another 1 or 2 minutes only. So this is most important. That we need 3 ways. I am ready to discuss everything what I taught, and you can ask questions. We can do that. So do 3 things: plastic, ban it yourself. Don't use biodegradable waste, treat it at home. And third is most important is all the dry waste which you are going to collect, give it to your sweeper separately on Saturday without asking him money. What wish they look. Let him earn money, let him sell it into the market and let him get some more money. He will be very happy. And if you can stop your waste going to municipalities, Gadi, you don't have to say municipality is corrupt because there is nothing which will go in the municipality Gadi. The corrupt we are, and that's why municipality is corrupt. If we are not corrupt, if we are true to our nature, we are honest to our nature, I think problems will be solved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kale. Now, you have heard about the crucial importance of reducing waste and starting at home. But in terms of the questions that you may have with what we see around us in the environment, please feel free to pose those questions so we can address those also to Professor Kale. So I leave the floor open now.
Well,
Yes.
I'm an architect. I came here to just to listen. This is a small kind of a thing, we are talking about the household things. What about the sewage and wastewater, stormwater? That is a very
Industrial
big
waste.
thing. One of my Dashpur Shankar, while he was Secretary UD, the first thing which I put in, why don't you divide Delhi into 50 parts? And each colony should have their own treatment plant and they should use in that colony itself. That was the thing which I had spoken to him.
Well, you are perfectly right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to collect five questions. Thank you. Yes, please.
Is there a mic or something? Any mic? Mic?
Some technical problem.
We can hear you.
Okay. Good evening to everybody. I'm sorry I missed this talk because we were caught in a traffic jam. There is also a program called Prime Minister's Jam Idea. Anyway, Dr. Kale and Professor, we all hear about the reduce, reuse and things like that. So unless we reuse our own resources rather than throwing it away, especially I will focus on use of the water. There are reports in the press, in the Facebook or whatever, that water is being recycled. A lot of big projects are being launched. I think gentlemen before me also probably spoke about that. One thing which we have not done is that our own house is the biggest reuser of our used water. I will give you a small example.
No, we have to use, there are many other.
Yeah, I understand. In the kitchen, we are only two in our family. And in the kitchen, we are saving so much of water that we are not use that. How it is saved? That in the kitchen sink where we clean our chawal, dal or sabji, that water literally goes down the drain along the pipe. Literally goes down the drain. So what we did, that putting it down in the drain, that pipe we put it in a bucket. And lo and behold, so much of water is saved. 3-4 buckets during the course of the day. So what to do with that water? Then I discovered that our biggest water guzzler in every home is probably the toilet commode. So I take that bucket of water and put it in the commode tank. And we are saving so much of water. You will not be able to even believe that what I am saying may be correct. But please kindly, every one of us, if we practice it from tonight, we will save so much of water.
Thank you. Here, you begin.
I have a question on the idea of waste segregation that Professor Kale spoke about. I've been segregating waste now since October 1st, 2014, when Modi ji asked everybody to take an oath and said, please segregate waste at home. One thing I find is that a lot of households which do not have significant area, right, which are very small, very cooped up households, find it difficult to handle their wet wastes, very easily, right? Given the lack of space in the kitchen. And I've seen that many households where I've tried to promote it, they're like, there's hardly any space. If you're even storing your waste for a day, at the end of the day to collect it, you don't have enough space to even put that, whether it's a daily dump, composting pot, or any solution that you might have. And many households which are coming up in India in the lower income groups are of those kind, where the quickest solution to keep your house clean is to get the waste that is inside your house out of your house. Even if it means flinging it from the third floor of your building onto the street, where somebody will come and pick it up. That's the easiest solution. So, as much as all your points are valid, I think the dimension of what an Indian household considers most important, which is cleanliness within the house, more important than cleanliness of the street where you live. That's the biggest dilemma in my case, right? Where people don't attach as much value to the real estate that surrounds them as they do to the real estate inside which they sort of, where their footprint is. So, how do you feel that that can be overcome given one, size limitation, and two, changing the mentality of how you value outside space versus inside space?
Thank you. Two more questions and then we'll turn to you. Yes, please.
I have a question about biomethanation. I've seen it in the Christchurch University, a very functioning and a very kind of well-used plant. But one thing which hit me at once was the stench. And the organizers said, well, we get used to it. Is that the only way one can manage cope with that?
Thank you. Thank you. Those behind you.
Hello, sir. I know that you have talked about the only biodegradable waste, but I would be more concerned about the non-biodegradable waste kind of thing. So we should strive towards that, because these kind of waste will automatically degrade somehow or something. But non-biodegradable waste would be a great challenge. So
you have 5 questions.
The question on sewage is very well taken, and this has been a dilemma in India because the cities grew without any planning really, and there was no treatment of water. The sewage treatment plant, forget about sewage, water is also not treated in many places. So the sewage treatment is a far distant dream as on today. But what suggestion you have given has been discussed now very actively at various levels. And in smaller societies in Mumbai, which are coming up in the new housing centers, the small STPs have been made compulsory. The green buildings, the concept of green building is getting developed. In Koperkerne, I have personally supervised one building where I have made that bathroom water and kitchen water, what the gentleman was telling, of the entire building collect in underground tank. There are 4 tanks, 10,000 liter capacity. Overall output of that building is about 10,000 liters. So 10,000 liter 4 plants and continuous oxidation with a small compressor is being done. Initially it was aided by potassium permanganate. Now there is no need of putting any potassium permanganate, and that water is getting recycled into the flush. So this concept is taking up, and this concept is in fact, if you look at the syllabus of engineering colleges and NITs, there was hardly any chapter on solid waste management or liquid waste management, but now it is really found entry into even Mumbai IIT is taking solid waste management quite seriously and developing the technologies for that. So things are happening, and it is, as a country, is very huge. The effective things to see will take some time. I usually say that this will take about 2 generation time, and but it has started. So it's good that so many people are sitting here listening to the discussions. So itself is a very interesting thing that yes, people are definitely worried about it. But it is being done. It is being done at a very small space, but it is being done. The second thing which gentleman talked about, kitchen water being used, I congratulate him. In fact, this was this rice wash water If we give it to the plant, you get better flowers. And that was one way of telling of my mother that why don't you use it? Whether it gives better flowers or not, it is not really important. What is important is that wash water from rice is not to be thrown. It is to be used. And how much one can do it, now again it depends on individual. There is one of my friend, he told me, he takes bath in 3 liters of water in a tub. And that 3 liter he collects and puts in the flush. Now he may have that patience, but some people may not have that patience. But at least there is a urge to do that. And if we have, and simple things I will tell you, in most of the cities, the water storing is a problem. Water is supplied once in a day, and then good number of drums or water is getting stored, and then next day again to get fresh water, this is emptied. Now there is nothing fresh water concept in this world. Fresh water was only once in when it was formed. After it is stale water, it is recycled. Forget about that. But still we believe that fresh water. Anyway, the point is, don't use stored water. And that's why I actually recommend sometimes 24-hour water. 24 water actually saves. The shower bath is always saving. Remember that. It doesn't take more water. So use these methods, and you are all learned enough. I did not have to give you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then choose the options. No, it's not required. You are all learned enough. But make sure that whenever there is a tap leaking, please repair that tank. In our country, we have several leaking tanks. Not of the some which I am talking. Actually, I am seeing leaking tanks, and they are at many places. In the toilets, in the urinals, at some places there is too much of water. There is some places there is scarcity of water. कितना जमाना आ गया देखिए प्रगति कितनी हो गई हमारी. Once upon a time when I was young, I used to bring water in hands, both the buckets. Then there was cycle came, so I started bringing it on cycle. Then motorcycle came, so I started bringing motorcycle. Now it is going by train. Tomorrow it will come by plane. But you are bringing water. Using all the modern technology, you are bringing water. So you have not solved the basic problem. And that's because we are wasting water. So don't waste water in your especially water bottles. Stop that and use water bottle. Don't give 4 big glasses to 4 people who come and they don't drink. They only touch it and then throw it. Don't do that. Okay, these are all simple things, but very important things. Importance of segregation. Yes, my friend, you are perfectly right. And it's a kind of Murgi pehle ya anda pehle. I segregate and municipality mixes. Municipality says you don't segregate, so I take it. So there is no aim to this. But we have to segregate. And if we have a solution, segregate and do it in your house. Now, okay, my house is small, I cannot do it. I don't agree with that proposition at all. But for the sake of argument, I agree that. And we have developed a smaller method for the societies. Within the same society, if you have got say 20 flats or 20 zopadas in the slums, I don't mind going anywhere and do the job. You collect that 20 people's segregated waste, and I will give a bin. I have kept a bin of about size of about 100 liters, 3 bins in front of our canteen, where the material was getting thrown all over. Now absolutely nothing is thrown. These 100-liter basket can take my culture, and we are putting every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have written there also. Marathi, सोमवार, मंगलवार, बुधवार, गुरुवार, शुक्रवार, शनिवार. So Monday उसमें डालने का, then the next is Tuesday, next is Wednesday, and in this fashion, beautiful manure is getting developed out of that 25 kg, and now he has grown a nice garden around that. So things can be done even for small. There is a 500 flat society in Vijayanagar, in Andheri, who is not giving a single gram of waste to municipality. They are processing this in this fashion, the biodegradable waste, and all the non-degradable waste they are collecting and giving it to Kabadiwalas through rag pickers organization. Rag pickers will be happy. You know, those same people go to the dumping yard and extract their roji-roti unse gande material se nikalte hai. Instead of that, why don't you give it separated from your own house so that they will use it? Look at that. That is a more human factor than any other thing. Give the dry waste separately to them. It can be treated. See, there is for plastic, there is a way of doing it. Accepted way of using the plastic bags is to shred it. We have developed shredders for that and use it in the tar road making, which is being practiced by some municipalities and is doing well. So that same thing can be done. About electronic waste, he asked about glass waste. कितनी बार electronic waste निकलता है? So keep that separately in your house. Collect it once in a month in the entire society and send it to the recyclers. Similarly, glass. झगड़ा रोज नहीं होता, glass एक ही दिन फूटता है. जिस दिन झगड़ा होगा उसी दिन glass फूटता है. So collect that glass once in a while, or the used bulbs, used tube lights. They don't happen every day. So collect that and give it separately to the glass recyclers. And there are glass recyclers who purchase it. Hardly you will find anything from your house is actually worth going to the dumping yard. Nothing. Construction debris work, I understand. There is no direct use for that. We were talking in the afternoon. I told her that CIDCO has a special research going on this use of construction and debris material, especially for dams, filling of the or construction of the dams, where actual material is required is little raw. You can use it there. There are ways and means of doing that, but it can be done. But other than construction and debris, which is not done in your house anyway, other than that, everything which is generated in your house has a recycle value. And only you have to identify proper people who do recycling and make sure that. In Japan, 51 types of waste is to be collected compulsorily by every house. If there is a battery waste, battery coming from watch and battery coming from transistor, they have to be treated, kept separately. And there is extended producer's responsibility. They have to collect it back and reuse it. Now all these laws will take time for here to come. But isn't it our duty that we should not mix a simple thing, plastic waste into the kitchen waste? If we can do that, it's such a simple thing. You keep two things. People ask me, tell me that they don't have time to put hands. Don't have to put hands, keep it separately. So I have covered almost all. Biomethanation about stench, New Zealand. We have developed technology which doesn't smell. You can, madam can witness, in Matheran, I have taken a phyton plant which is working and without. See, fortunately India has got one extremely positive thing about biomethanation, and that's the temperature. The temperatures are so good, the digestion happens quite fast. And if we have the proper covers on the digesters, there is no problem of stench at all. I can assure you that there is no stench.
Yeah, that's true actually. I visited the Matheran plant and you can't tell you're standing next to.
Dr. Kale, there is a scientific question for you.
But I think we'll come to the second round. There are many here who will not ask. Please go ahead.
Because he is scientist, so
I'll come back to you. Yeah, first here.
Good evening to all. My question is related to the plastic waste. I just wanted to know about the forces that government of India's policies or anything else which put the plastic to the society as a choice or as a force. So I don't know what were those factors due to which our society adopted the plastic as an alternate for the people. So if we can revisit those forces, probably we can, because we have advanced so much, we have the technologies, we have the other solutions. So if we can revisit those factors which put the plastic into the society, so probably that can be one of the solutions.
Thank you. There's a question here.
What's the best and fastest way for culture of organic waste?
Yes, please. Working with communities and individuals, I personally find it the easiest to help them handle the wet waste and the dry waste. But the most challenging part is the sanitary waste, and there's a lot of guilt attached to sending it to the landfills. Do you have any suggestions, viable ones at a community level where one can handle the sanitary and medical waste?
So continuing from the plastic discussion, the foils in which people are eating all these chips and curls, etc. just continuing on from the plastic, you know, the foil packaging in which people are eating all this junk food. I mean, not only is it extremely dangerous for individuals' health, but you know, it adds to the, you know, volume of non-biodegradable waste. So, you know, being from the scientific community, you know, if you can work towards creating sort of awareness through advertisement, because people seem to want marketing methodologies to accept certain ways of thinking. And we have a lot of aware, you know, popular people who could probably do it. That's dangerous.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Swati from Center for Science and Environment. Past 2 years, me and my colleagues at CSE were visiting some 14-15 cities across the country, trying to trace the best practices, and we've come up with a book called Not in My Backyard that we released in IHC this 24th June. So, elaborating on the work that we did, one major problem that I see with such technologies is the marketing aspect. Many of the people or citizens are not aware. So I would want to ask you that how do you propagate this to residents or communities, and are there any subsidies available to general public for purchasing such a plant if anyone wants to?
CSE can do it. I'll come to that. We have 5 questions, so we can wait for the next one. Otherwise, you know, I'm an old person, I forget. About plastic waste. The plastic waste, about the, what was that? He was talking about the forces, yeah. See, you are right. The whatever happens generally is a human being tries to take the easiest route. And easiest route when plastic came into the market, the easiest route was that yes, it is so good, so easily available, so cheap, so why not use it? Sometimes when science develops things, R&D person doesn't understand what actual impact will be there. I'll give a small example. There is a digitalization. Now digitalization in camera industry is so beautiful, so good. It has stopped the pollution of several things. It has reduced the use of paper. It has reduced the use of silver nitrate and other halides which are entering into the pollution stream. But digitalization of watch is a disaster. See, there are something like 70, 80 small watches in my house. People give gift. I'm joking. People give gift, and those 70, 80 watches, if I decide to change the battery, I am adding that much of lead and cadmium into the environment. Because there is no way I can stop that. I have to keep the watch running. पहले भी लोग mechanical watches they used to use, and they were quite accurate, and still we were going late. And after today it is digital watch, still we go late. Okay, so what has achieved by doing that digitalization in watches? I think we have not achieved anything. So whether to accept a particular R&D or not is finally it is up to the society. Now plastic as such, I will say it's a boon for humanity. Let me be very clear, plastic is a boon for humanity. If there was no plastic, the chairs and the quantity of material which is there of plastic, which is a good plastic, that would have actually resulted in cutting of several trees or that much of metal. But it has saved. The problem is the 100 mesh and below plastic, which is created problem. So if once we understand that, why not ban that? And why not ban it ourselves? As a learned people, as a science educated people, we understand that. And मेरे घर में I remember my mother used to make the pants of my father's, the old pants, and वो अच्छे चलते थे. एक साड़ी के मैंने कहा 50 bags बन सकती है, and they can go for last forever, and they look so beautiful also. Sarees are beautiful, right? So they look beautiful. So it's nice to carry also. नहीं तो कभी-कभी शर्म आती है बैग लेके कैसे मार्केट में जाने. But you ask for these days, you ask these ladies, sir, एक हर एक साड़ी को अलग बैग देना. You should tell very specifically. और भिंडी अलग में देना, वो मिर्ची अलग में देना, coriander culture. I call this as coriander culture. Coriander culture is, without understanding coriander, you ask for bargain. See, the wife orders that you bring coriander. So today I need coriander for making your good breakfast. So fellow takes the car key and goes to buy coriander. Then parking नहीं मिलता घर में आके scooter लेके जाते हैं. So he doesn't bother how much petrol he is wasting to buy coriander. But then after going there, he bargains whether it's 4 rupees or 5 rupees. Because he doesn't, I have never seen a middle class or higher middle class mentality which says that अरे 5 के बजाय 6 रुपए ले लो तुम्हारे coriander से अच्छा taste आ रहा है. They won't say that. 500 rupees they will spend in mall, but they will not bother about that 4 or 5 rupees. And this is the coriander culture which is responsible for this plastic. We are trying to save that plastic, but we are actually adding that by your bag. If you carry 1 or 2 bags in your daily briefcase, all the problem can be solved. So plastic is that, remember. The best and fastest way for culture, everybody says its culture is good. I say my culture is good. And I am sending that culture to Delhi, so you can take it from that. See, basically culture is something, like I give example, you keep a milk outside and whole night and it becomes curd, but you cannot eat it, right? But in the previous evening, you put a small amount of a spoonful of culture and then next day it's beautiful curd. You can make chas, you can make lassi, everything you can make. So what makes the difference is that small spoon which I have added. So the same culture I have developed in my lab. It's absolutely non-pathogen from the soil bacteria. And only thing is you are giving a good environment to them and you grow that. And once you get it, you forget about Kalesa. He doesn't ask for any royalty or patent. Okay? So that's a simple culture. About sanitary waste, it's a good and important question. The sanitary napkins and the diapers. Medical waste, now there are good rules, madam, so don't worry about that. And there are some cities who are taking extremely good care of the medical waste. Especially the Thane will come #1, where all the medical waste is properly treated. 800 hospitals are attached to this and they collect some money and then do some incineration. About sanitary napkins, there is one organization called Seva in Vadodara, which has developed a nice small furnace which burns the sanitary napkin at low temperature, so no dioxins and anything is burnt. They are kept in the ladies' hostel, so that the girls who use the napkin, they come and put it there, and it gets slowly burnt. There's a nice earthen pot where it is slowly burnt. You can follow that practice, that's not a problem for a society. Small house it may not be really recommended, but for hostels, for conglomeration where there are many ladies, you can put it on the terrace and use it effectively. The packaging, yes, there is a problem with packaging, and everything which is in beautiful packing is sold, sells well. But we don't realize that nature does beautiful packing. I don't think a packing like banana you can make it on your Valentine Day also. Can you make it? It's not beautiful packing. At 3 places open and eat without washing your hands also. But what you do to the packing? You throw it immediately. अरे समझ में नहीं आता, जिस skin, the छिलका जिसने such a beautiful packing brought that fruit to you, how can it become waste within 5 seconds after eating the fruit? It's a mentality. And the same mentality is about this. Pizza, it comes in beautiful that packing. And this, there is a law now, unfortunately it has to be law, that there is the EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility. They have to collect it. And this packing, you can make it compulsory. In fact, that's where your society is such. But in housing society, there are more jagadas than the moment somebody, secretary says, the president says, no, it is not possible. So without hearing also the question is said no. Okay, so this is where you have to be really coming together and solving this.
Where do we have this extended producer responsibility?
See, where we actually, in case of the electronic waste, now it's compulsory that electronic waste is to be taken. Then there are about these packings, these big boards, which are cardboard boards. There is an extended producer responsibility. Now for food packaging also, in BRC we are trying for some very good biodegradable packaging. and it is coming also. In some markets it has come, where you can treat it.
Edible packaging has also come now?
Edible packaging has not yet come, but biodegradable packaging has come.
Edible cutlery are there.
Edible packaging वो आइसक्रीम का ये आकार का कप होता है. That's all I know. I don't know any other package. But that's a little. I mean, it's a very specific example you are telling. But biodegradable packaging, yes, there is a biodegradable plastics are coming. They are made up of cellulose and hemicellulose, and they can be put as manure into the same basket which I am talking. You can put it there. It will give you a good base. Okay, cocoa peat is one of the good packing material which is being used. But these are coming slowly, and they will replace the. But extended producer responsibility clause has been included now in the electronic waste in.
But in all India or
yeah,
the state level?
No, state level, Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are also SWP.
Yes, it is there. Yeah. Solid waste we have recommended, whether it is included or not, I don't know. CSE, I told you what I expect from you. I know, see, madam, I mean, I agree with you that BRC is a scientific organization. We have it into a website, but probably I will use, I do write at many places, and you will find that some of our BRC advertises on boarding pass also. We have also started selling science. Okay. It is required at some stages, and this Nisargarund technology or the concept, I will like to give more popularity. You are right. It is not as much as it should be, because people after when I got a program on Satyamev Jayate, about a good number of people viewed. I think some TRP they call it. I mean, I am not used to that language. But 25 crore people watched it. That's what Amir Khan ji told me, that your program is watched by 25 crore people. But again, you know, watching and watching for a moment and then getting heated up for that moment and continuously hammering that. And that's where I am trying to concentrate, writing through the articles and talking to students. In fact, my lecture usually is for 6 to 7 hours, and it ends when it begins. I mean, it begins when it ends. That's what normally I tell people. My lecture begins when it will end, and that's way you can convey the meaning. But if you are, and this is where I am looking for all of you, that let these people be the volunteers.
So, in continuation with what I asked, so we went to Kerala and there are some 15, 16 different biogas models that, some are private ventures and entrepreneurship, and the government is also actively taking interest, and there are various subsidy models wherein some 20 to 30% subsidy is provided if somebody is interested in buying such biogas plants. So that's why I was asking, like, have you collaborated, or has there been any sort of initiation from the government in Maharashtra?
Yes, from Bhavata Research Center, which is a central government department, we are taking initiative. We are actually entering in MOUs with municipalities. Recently, I completed a job in Chandigarh. 5 metric ton plant is started functioning there. I have done this for Tihar jail in. मैं जेल में जाके आया हूँ. Tihar jail, there is a plant put up in about a year back, and then there are Delhi Secretariat. We had a understanding. We put a plant there, and in Chennai municipality we have put 4 or 5 plants. In Coimbatore, there is a beautiful example. I have given that in your circular also, write up that that collector is so proactive. What he did, he took the 40 lakh rupees he gave for the plant, and along with that 10 lakh rupees he put a community kitchen. And this community kitchen has got 20 stoves kept on 20 tables. And the ladies who are around that area, who are below poverty line, they come and bring their own ration and cook it and then go back and put 1 rupee coin into that. So it's a community kitchen which has been active, quite active in this. So waste is also, this is in Coimbatore. On the way to Uti, there is a place called Kurudam Palayam, about 20 kilometers from Coimbatore. So please visit that on the main road on the left hand side, about half a kilometer inside. exactly 20 miles from Coimbatore. This Kurudampalam is the village, and there this community is running the plant. And these ladies have been given the जुगाड़ बना के एक रिक्शा दे दिया, and they go and collect the waste from the resorts which are on that road and process it in the way there's a plant, and gas is generated, is used by the kitchen for the community. Now the gas is so much excess, they have started selling it also to the nearby canteen person. So it works, it's not a problem. Yeah. The last question is subsidies. See, Delhi government has announced a 33% subsidy for Nisarga Road about 4 years ago when Sheila Dixit was in chair. Madam had declared a 33% subsidy for that. Unfortunately, there are not many takers. The problem with subsidies, I actually don't recommend subsidy. लोग subsidy देके plant मानते नहीं है और या वो बता देते थे. That's how 4,50,000 plants have come up, which actually nothing, no plant is come up. Okay, so basically subsidy is not a place, but for this, Shamla Mani will be aware. Now there is a lot of societies, urban local bodies have been given full funding for this, complete funding by central and state government at many places. Like Chandigarh got complete funding. So like Ahmedabad, Rajkot is putting up a 5-ton plant. Many Vadodara has put up plants. So they are having their own, so their solid waste budget is not bad, you know. In fact, many places solid waste budget is actually much better than food budget. Okay, I'm not joking. So there is enough money for that. Money is not a problem. Okay.
Yeah, I think we have a few people waiting, please.
My name is Tarun Acharya. I am an independent consultant in waste management sector. Now, I fully appreciate and agree with Professor Kale's idea of having in-house waste management to the maximum extent possible. Now in this context, I have a suggestion for the modern housing complexes that is being built up in different cities in a large number. Basically, I have seen that in the planning or stage of these housing complexes, there are provisions for water treatment and wastewater treatment plants within the complex. But I have hardly found that there is a provision of treatment of waste which has been generated in these complexes. And I would suggest that if this provision is made mandatory to the housing complexes, then we can reduce a lot of waste, and even we can achieve the zero waste concept for these complexes. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. My name is Ruha. I'm a doctor. My question for you, sir, is that we've been hearing and learning about biogas plants forever. They've been a part of our textbooks forever, but they still haven't come up in a big way. So my question is why, and I want to understand how is this technology that we talk about different than what we've learned? Is it the composition of the culture? And what do we need to do for biogas to be more prevalent, basically? Thank you.
This is a response as well as probably a question. I think that asking for what you mentioned also, that subsidy is not necessary at all. But why do you feel that collection of waste is actually not being charged for by municipalities? I mean, that really is something that we are advocating, right? Volumetric based charges, so that you have a fixed bin size. The moment you fill that, you basically have to pay a fee. I mean, the question of subsidy does not arise at all, and it's the wrong question to ask, especially from an entity like CSC. I'm sorry, I'm being blunt here, because ultimately it's your responsibility. If anything, you should have been paying a tax in the first place to actually get rid of that waste. So asking for a subsidy perhaps is like, double whammy for the government. The question that I had for you, sir, is that, I mean, you didn't answer this. I mean, you said that space availability is not so much an issue, and that smell is also not an issue. But there will be the off day when there is smell because of the weather conditions. Perhaps it's a damp day, so I think the other thing that really needs to happen is people need to be more comfortable with the fact that the constituent of this waste is not something unearthly, and that it's not going to cause any diseases within you. That's really something that I've felt when I've sort of spoken to people, right? Once what happened was that my wife happened to handle the waste that was there, and 2-3 days later she happened to develop an allergy out of a completely different reason, right? She had something and developed the allergy, but almost everybody in the colony attributed it to basically her handling the waste in the compost bin, right? They were all educated people in our university campus. So I don't think we can expect a solution which is completely smell-free. Your technology, I'm sure, does not have 100% days when it's smell-free, but there will be the off day when the weather is either damp or whatever, and you have to go with it, right? So you can't expect it to smell like you've just had a room freshener on there. So that should not be the expectation.
There's one person waiting here for
Professor Karan, a quick question. What is the optimum amount of water that is used during flushing? There was an architect who said that they're too large, these systems. There's a short-term and a long-term solution, he suggested. One, obviously, ask industry to reduce the size of these systems, long-term. Short-term, he said, fill a bottle of water and put it into the system so that every time there's a refill, there's less water which is being consumed. But the real question, optimum amount of water and how can we reduce?
I had a question very similar to the one on culture. Kind of attitudes people have towards waste is tremendously important, especially in the Indian urban context. And I want to emphasize the urban itself. I mean, I wanted to know what your experience with municipalities is, given that municipalities don't have much power to upscale projects, and we don't have much autonomy given to cities to try out these good ideas and put them into practice.
See, coming to AC, the first SWM handling in housing complexes. See, what you talked about the smell and culture, it is something like a human body. You can also get sick occasionally. Okay. And this is a waste. You don't expect khushbu from that. But the basket, the bucket which we have developed, the culture which we have developed, can take care of that bad smell very effectively. Okay, so it will, out of 365 days, I will say that all 365 days it remains all right in my house. Now there is a possibility in somebody's house may not, because he may not be very particular about putting that. And this is where that awareness we try to create, that this is the way your basket will be healthy and you have to follow this procedure. For that you give SOP, standard operating practices. There are things which you cannot put in my basket, like there is liquid waste, curry is left, it cannot be put because it will create smell. So there are few things which cannot be put, like milk cannot be put, milk products cannot be directly put. So they have to filter and then only the solid part of it is to be put. So there are some restrictions on that. It is not as though everything we are putting. But having done that, having said that, having developed that, I can say that I have solved the power problem to about 80-85%. I never claim that I have solved the problem 100%. But at least in the beginning. My house, I have not given any waste outside. That's actually the reality. There I have succeeded. Out of 1 lakh houses which I gave this culture, 70-80,000 people are extremely happy. They may not be exactly doing exactly what I am doing. They may not be 365 days waste free. At least 200 days they are waste free. This is the beginning. And this is how it should spread. So I will never claim any technique, for that matter, whether mine or anybody's, can ever be 100% foolproof. But doesn't mean we should stop it. We can try to improve on it. And that's where I always tell that every person has to have 3 mentalities. One is the teaching mentality, the other is the research mentality, and third is farming mentality. Because these are the productive mentalities. And one has to promote those mentalities within yourself. If we are doing that, then any problem in the house, for example, many people have given me suggestion, आपके basket में या ऐसा करने से ये होता है. How that has happened? Because of observation, because of that R&D mentality. So they have helped me. See, not this technique is actually evolved not by SP Khade, by several people who keep on giving me suggestion. अगर आपके घर में मैं culture दूंगा, आप भी उसमें कुछ suggestion देंगे. So it's an evolving process, and this evolving process, unless several people adopt, you will not know the problems also. So there are communities who have stopped it using it because they developed a lot of problems. I am not denying that, but having stopped it, if they had come back to me, there they have restarted. Those who have not come back, I keep on asking, मुझे feedback दे दीजिए. आप चाहे बंद करो, but क्यों बंद किया आप उसका एक feedback दे दीजिए, so that I can solve the problem. Okay, so this is my way of looking at it. About biogas plants, what you asked is the differences. Major problem, major difference which the biogas plant which BRC has developed. We have put 2 or 3 extra things. One is that in our biogas plant, we put everything in the form of a slurry. We add it in a mixer and pass it in a slurry. The major problem in all the biogas plants is this scum formation. Now, if you are converting everything into slurry and then passing it to an aerobic phase, which is again not there in the common biogas plant, this aerobic phase, this was taught to me by nature. If you look at any system, any living system in the world, you will find that initial part is aerobic and the middle part is anaerobic. Even in our body, there is a small anaerobic portion in a small intestine, and then the digestion happens correctly. So here what I did, because the project is to be done with some kind of financial gains, so to get more methane, I have extended the anaerobic phase and I have reduced the aerobic phase. If I do completely aerobic as I do it in my small basket, I can complete everything, convert into CO2, but then methane will not be generated. And in such a large quantity, if methane is not generated, there will be questions asked. By converting into methane, I burn it and I still convert it to CO2, which goes in a cyclic fashion. So I achieve both the things, and that's why I did these changes in the biogas plants. The collection of waste, the volumetric money, yes, Matheran municipality, how that biogas plant is running successfully is not only the gas value. Actually, they don't bother about the gas value. They use it only for electricity. What they have done for every hotel, for every room, they have got 40 rupees collection charges. And that's how the plant is surviving. There is a necessity that the money has to be, what you said is right. Money, there has to be a service tax. This is a seva. Treating solid waste is a seva of earth, and for that you have to pay money. Don't expect that the biogas plants will be mine of gold and they will give you gas and then you have to do nothing. Don't be under that impression. You will have to spend money for investment, you have to spend money for running, and whatever nature gives you back as biogas and manure, accept it with a lot of grace and lot of gratitude. Yes, we have done seva to this Vasundhara. Vasundhara has given this reward back to us. And that's how the culture which I have developed, I call it Nisarga Doot. Nisarga Doot is the ambassador between you and Vasundhara. Like a Doot in Sanskrit means a messenger, a royal messenger, which goes from one king to the other, telling that we want good relations with each other. Similarly, you are sending Doot to Vasundhara. We want good relation. We are not giving you waste. We are giving you manure. You please give us food. And that's the concept of Nisarga Doot, the culture. Okay? And that's where the essential, remember, seva it is, and that has to be paid. Optimum water required for flushing, the answer is about 4 to 5 liters. Optimum water for flushing. For one person's waste to be taken care of, 4 to 5 liter. Usually यहाँ 12 लीटर 15 लीटर के डालते हैं, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं होती. आपका जो बॉटल डालने का 2 लीटर बॉटल डालने का तरीका है, I have told to several people, they are using it also, and that's a good way of doing it. Unless you don't want to change it, do that. In fact, nowadays I give credit to those people also. There are 2 flushes, small and for urinal you have to put one smaller one, and there are some developments, and I request your those. That's where I say R&D brain is important for every person, and this is where I want you to be teachers, good scientists, and good farmers, so that you understand the value of coriander, how it is grown, and then you don't bargain for that. And there are good initiatives taken by Thane and Pune municipality, Mumbai also. They have made this waste treatment compulsory for the new housing complex, and they are going to give 5% rebate on property, 5 or 10, I don't know really, but some amount of rebate they are going to give. It will take some time, green certificate and all. And I tell people, why, if you are buying a flat of 1 crore rupees, 5% se kya farak padne wala hai property tax mein. So give that, that's a seva to the government, I mean it's seva to the Vasundhara. Okay, so I hope I have satisfied the answers.
Yes, please.
Just a thought that all of us, when given one suggestion, probably won't act on it. If it's repeated on a daily basis, it probably sinks into one's mind and then one can actually do it. Cell phones are being used with great abandon now. Isn't there a way that we could say every morning a message comes up which says, separate your waste?
You can start that.
Yeah, there's a question at the back,
Yeah,
please.
why not?
At the back there.
She made some decisions.
Good evening, sir. My name is Somen Shrestha and I am representing Ministry of Urban Development. And we are also leading the Swachh Bharat mission. I have got a series of questions, sir. One is that how this Swachh Bharat mission can contribute to help ULBs to adopt your technology, one thing. And what are the criteria required for setting up this facility, so this kind of technology? Secondly, that can your technology be marketed through this DGSND?
What is DGSND?
DGSND, Directorate General of Sales and Supplies.
More the number, merrier the why not? Why not?
And does this waste chemical analysis characterization studies is required before setting up this facility? And how much, what can be the smallest and the largest size of the biogas plant, and how much is the capital cost? What will be the O&M? This is the most important part.
I will give all the answers.
How much gas is produced from a ton of?
बाकी सारे question मुझे मालूम है, I will give all the answers.
Yes, please.
My problem is with the transmission of ideas. I find it admirable that Professor Kale, you write in Marathi, and what the chair suggested about writing in Hindi. But I would worry about people who neither read, who cannot read a word, and we have every season, at the end of winter, I notice all over Delhi leaves being burned, and I think the legislation about not burning leaf waste has been in operation in Delhi for quite a few years, but it is being done by Malis and gardeners who do not read and who are probably not even aware that there is such a thing. So I would worry about how we are concerned, and at a certain level we keep discussing this and worrying about it, but how does one get cooperation from them? Because if they do not cooperate, then we do not succeed. Thank you.
You've been waiting for a long time.
Professor Kale, I'm Rachna Atri. I am studying solid waste management. My question, sir, is there a way to have a sustainable solution? See, all across India we have municipalities and they have norms. They have norms for segregating waste, but unfortunately we do not have the community and individual will to do wet waste segregation and dry waste. But again, there are things like newspapers and glass bottles which do not come into municipal solid waste. I mean, there's marginal numbers. So there is a value chain, and it siphons off from the solid waste dump. Is there a way to build a municipality's stake in solid waste management so that
in a way, the quality of waste increases so that it can be segregated better and managed better.
Thank you. I saw one hand somewhere here. Yes, please.
Hello, I am Mr. Sharad. Firstly, I would like to say that it's a pleasure to see you here. I'd like to share an experience that, I just joined the waste management startup and the inspiration has come from your Satyamay Jayate episode. So at such a young age to join from a corporate to a waste management startup has been a hard decision, and I had to come across and overcome.
I hope the decision doesn't go waste.
No, I have not, though it's been just 3 days that I joined the startup and I got this opportunity to come at your conference and get inspiration from you. So thank you. And then my second would be question, so my primary question would be to take suggestions from you, because I just started my journey into this setup, that how can a private startup can collaborate in the bigger mission of providing sustainable solutions to people, and also what ma'am just mentioned, that the individual will of segregating the waste. I'd like to give a good example that I've been managing the operations since I've joined, and I've seen people in societies of Noida where they are providing services, that people are looking at other societies and seeing that taking interest into segregating their waste. We have received requests from people that they want our services to be put in place in their societies. They want waste to get segregated. So it's a good initiative. People are interested. So if you can give your suggestions for an early stage startup of how we can go ahead in the mission.
Thank you. Did I see another hand over here? Yes, please.
In biodegradable plastic, now of a high enough quality with having oxygen permeability and so on, and can it be printed, and also would it help if the government was not to charge excise duty and VAT on biodegradable plastics for packaging?
I think you've been waiting very patiently. Yeah.
Good evening to all. I'm just back again. I'm S.C. Vardhan. I'm an old senior citizen now. I retired from IAS 73 batch. Dr. Kali mentioned about the collector's initiative. I was collector Chambal long back in 1980. Besides the point, there is human civilization which probably started maybe how many years back? 5,000 years back or so. And we are arrived now. And we have been using water for most of our needs. Can there be some way to do certain things without water also?
Very good question. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that there are several ways which can be done. If I can elaborate.
No, I think, I'm being told that we are 20 minutes past the time.
I'll just take a second minute or two. Mrs. Vardhan, my wife, is here with me, and we cook our meal in which no water is required. So if the August audience want to know, I will just give some tips.
Sure.
Let us, we cook in the solar cooker.
Yeah.
There should be a very big emphasis on using the solar energy, and especially solar cooker at home.
Yeah.
All of us, primary living means we have to cook our food. And cooking food in solar cooker will save billion liters, crores of liters of water. So I will request Dr. Kale to use the solar cooker in the park and wherever they are.
Thank you.
And one thing more, ma'am,
I'm
just
sorry.
my scientific question.
No, you've used your time for the scientific question.
No, please.
I'll tell you why.
I understand.
We have questions from the Ministry of Urban Development.
That's very nice.
There are 5 questions.
Oh, they are big bosses. They can talk to Dr. Kale separately.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you time with him separately later on.
Please give time more to the individual. The institutions, they should not be disturbing the individuals. One thing I just wanted to say, Dr. Kale, that this is, it happened on Purnima 3 days back. I just discovered that we can make water at home. It's surprising discovery probably.
Okay.
Can we make a water at home? It has been increasing my...
I will come to the
And we are able to
You know,
make...
I'm really sorry now. I'm extremely
So
sorry.
you have promised to give me more time. I will wait for that.
No. I gave you time for a scientific question. You have
Yes,
posed
this
it.
is
Thank you.
related to that. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Please.
Now let him answer.
Please promise.
Please sit down.
Water, I
Thank
want to
you.
know about the production of water.
Yeah, thank you.
We are using it from the air conditioner. Air conditioners,
Thank you.
dripping water, we are now started using that also. So my request to everyone.
I think it's time for Dr. Kale now to reply. The first question the gentleman asked is why not use mobile? Yes, use it actually. That's a very good suggestion. In fact, in my email I have written 3 things. The first is don't allow your pressure cooker to whistle. Don't use plastic bags. And you make sure that every month your cell phone bill is less by 10% than the previous month. Okay, now there are reasons for this. Pressure cooker I will tell specifically, plastic I have already told. If the pressure cooker whistles in your house, 15 gram ice dissolves on and melts on Himalaya. The pressure cooker was designed that it should not whistle. The Papen, who was the scientist, he is getting impatient in his tone when the pressure cooker whistles. He will be saying, I have made this big cooker not to whistle. Because you generate steam and you allow it through whistle go to the environment. Along with that, vitamin goes, flavor goes, and along with that, excess gas goes. So what you are achieving? You are achieving less nutritious food, you are spending more fuel, and you are adding to global warming. These 3 things you are doing because you don't understand simple things. You understand, but you don't implement. And the 3 simple thing will be when you have put pressure cooker on the steam and the flame, and when steam is about to go off, reduce the flame, hold it for 4 minutes, and then switch off and allow it to cool naturally. Because human brain and cooking happens very well cooling. Okay, so don't remember that. And because of these 3 things will happen, you will save fuel. एक महीने का सिलेंडर 1.5 महीना चलेगा. जो पैसा बचेगा 10% पेटीएम से मुझे भेजना. Then you will stop global warming. And third is the important thing is your family will get good nutritious food. Okay, so simple pressure cooker is that's all science, and we are Marxwadi people. We are not Gyanwadi people. Anyway, so that suggestion is very good. The second is how can MOUD be useful? In fact, MOUD website, there is complete my video video interview on the website of Urban Development Ministry. It's an education program of Urban Development Ministry, which has been specifically, they came to Mumbai, recorded it, and they have put it on website. And it's with chief officers, I can have direct dialogue with that. So that is already been done. This technology is given to the private, the answer to your question also. The question, this technology can be purchased by anyone, any company of Nisarga Road, and they can start constructing the plants. The technology fee is 25,500 rupees, hardly anything. We give all the engineering drawings, and my visits are assured. So you can actually have the technology with you. And there are several other technologies where you can get associated with PRC. So this is meant for that only. The Urban Development Ministry in Mumbai, in Maharashtra, the Directorate of Municipal Administration arranges regular meetings of my meetings with chief officers. And there are more than 70 municipal councils who have put up these plans. In Maharashtra, I have got 100 plans, and out of that 70 are urban development, urban ministries, municipal councils. So it is working very well. And some of the municipal plants have got an ISO certification. A municipality running a solid waste plant on ISO is something unheard of. But we have 3 of them, Kalmeshwar, Matheran and Pune. There are 3 plants which are having ISO certification. So we are having a very close association with urban development. And if you have any particular suggestion in mind, you can come to me anytime. Okay. Capital cost, yeah, about Nisarga Road, the minimum sustainable plant is around 100 kg per day, which will generate good amount of gas. नहीं तो 1 किलो का plant अगर लगाओगे, लगा सकते हो, but वो मोमबत्ती भी नहीं जलेगी. So you will get angry with me, ये क्या दिया आपको? So a minimum 100 kg will be a advisable plant. 100 kg, 250 kg, 500 kg, 1 ton, and a maximum plant I have got as of today is about 25 ton per day, and they are working well. The average you can put it as approximately 1 ton cost is around 20 to 22 lakhs. If you don't want to convert into electricity, if you want to convert into electricity, another generator costs around 30 lakhs. And if it is, then accordingly you can scale up and scale down. The maintenance annual cost will be for 1 ton plant around 1.5 lakh rupees. Basically one worker is required for each ton. So one worker's salary and some amount of mechanical things required. So it's not really expensive technology compared to the technology which is imported from other countries. It works very well. Okay, it creates generation, employment generation. Generally 2 to 3 ton plants in localities can be put without creating any smell problem, without creating any major problems, and people accept that. There are many places where it is put in the center of the city and there is no objection to these plants, so that is possible. Bangalore, there are 5-6 plants which are running in the center of the locality, and Pune there are several plants which are running in the center of locality. They are not a problem. So all these plants are running well, and the economics of the environmental economics is 1 ton plant will process 1 metric ton of food waste. It will generate about 40 to 50 kg methane I am talking, not biogas, and about 60 kg manure. Now if there is a more amount of vegetable waste, this 50 kg will come down to 30 kg or 20 kg, but manure proportion will go up. So the waste characterization does matter, but it doesn't matter to large extent. If you are only having waste processing in mind, then I generally give a mathematics that 1 metric ton of mixed waste will generate about 60 to 70 meter cube of gas, that is equivalent to 30 kg methane, and about 60 to 70 kg manure. But you should not really hold me responsible, 1 kilo kam aaya hai zyada. That actually will vary depending on the everyday's characteristic. But food waste is generally very good. Poultry waste can give up to 80 kg of methane, remember, per ton. Poultry kg is maximum. Poultry waste, and poultry and pig waste, piggery waste is quite good for biogas production. But again, they become a part of processing of the waste. In case of vegetable and cooked food will give much better waste. I mean, much better ratio of gas. But vegetable waste will give better manure. Okay, so these are the outputs of the Nisarga Road plant about the economics. I hope I have given. About leaves being burnt, I also agree with madam. According to me, burning anything in this world is a crime and which is to be punished only by hanging. And that's I may be very critical in words, but you have no right to burn anything in this world. Gas burning for fuel, for your purpose, is a very different thing. Burning something which is biological is not right. Even human body in Hindu burning, I don't agree with that. The body has to be decomposed. When it is decomposed, that's a proper way of recycling. Okay? The leaves burning should be stopped. In BRC, I have taken a lot of efforts, and we have developed a separate culture for leaves, dried leaves. This is a fungal culture which takes about 3 weeks, and all the dried leaves. Only thing, again, some effort have to be done. You have to grind these leaves. There is a separate shredder developed for these leaves. We use these leaves shredder and we convert it to a powder, and this powder is converted into manure. And this goes on very well. Again, like my culture in house waste, this culture is working very well. Okay, so that is definitely a sustainable solution. In fact, some of my biogas plants are running for 7 years, 10 years, 15 years. Now that's more than enough, I suppose. What else, what proof you need that this is sustainable? You have to be very sustainable in your habits of waste segregation. Then this will be sustainable. Unless you are sustainable in habit, like in my house, I take this, the moment watermelon is cut, My wife cuts watermelon, I cut chilka. I mean, it's a must. If I say that now I am getting tired and I give it to the sweeper, I think then I am not true to sustainability. If I am going to be sustainable by eating every day, my culture has to be sustainable by giving it eating every day. So we have to remember that. So sustainability is linked to your mental habits, your attitude, and your way of looking at your life. Okay? Waste, biodegradable, waste management. Waste management. Okay, yeah. And the biodegradable plastic, yes, there is, the things are getting developed. They are not fully developed. About using water, air conditioned water, making water from nature, making water from nature is not that easy because water is already made once and the reservoirs are, but you can reuse water and आप जो कर रहे हैं बहुत उम्दा एग्जाम्पल है, बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है.
एयर कंडीशनिंग से जो ड्रिपिंग होता है, that water we can certainly collect it.
Yeah, it's quite distilled water जैसे है.
Yeah.
You can use it. Yeah, I agree with you. Not only that.
I wanted to know, kindly have a look, how much water will be generated if the AC runs for 1 hour? Or
Yeah. And this solar cooker is actually a good example. Yes.
Solar cooker is a wonderful device which can be used. And also the AC water,
Yeah.
can it be used for drinking also?
I fully agree with you.
Sir, I would like a scientific answer, whether that water...
Okay, let me thank Dr. Kale for a very informative, lively, interspersed with lots of earthy humor, wonderful lecture, very inspiring, and I hope, sir, we will be able to work with you and do something in the Habitat Center also using some of your ideas. Just a piece of information on the leaves. In Lodi Garden, I found to my surprise that the leaves are being collected by somebody to whom the NDMC has given the contract. And they are converting the leaves into fuel briquettes. And these fuel briquettes are then sold to industries as industrial fuel. So they had actually come to us, offering us the same. There are a lot of changes happening and a lot of interesting ideas coming, and I'd like to thank all of you for a very lively discussion, which but for the fact that we have, as always, limited time, we could have continued for many more hours further. Finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Ishar Ahluwalia and her colleagues in ICRIER for one more very interesting lecture in this series, which is now over 2 years old and is only gathering steam as it goes along and doesn't seem to be aging at all. And we'll be meeting again in July, most probably in the second fortnight of July. We'll let you know the dates and topics once they are firmed up. And with these words, I thank you all once again and look forward to seeing you in July.